Hello, one and all, and welcome to the 195th episode of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast, recorded on August 29th, 2022. On the podcast, we have a man who's about to explain to Andrew Tate why he has been banned from the Voluntary Viewing Podcast, Andrew Clark.
Andrew Tate, look, you fucking piece of human garbage. I could forgive the blatant misogyny, but I draw the line at not having an alter ego based on forest spirits.
You don't know that he doesn't. This is an accusation that he would answer.
I would have heard about Andy Tate.
I don't know.
Oh, no, look, Andrew Tate, you give Andrews a bad name. I got asked the other day by someone that I know, they're like, oh, hey, do you listen to Andrew Tate? I'm like, no, why the fuck would you ask me that? They're like, I don't know, you're an Andrew. That made me feel bad.
I was gonna say, how much of thin ice is Andrew Tate? Can the Council of Andrews kick him out of that too?
I mean, there is no Council of Andrews, at least not in the last 4,000 years.
Andrew, I know we're not.
Before that, the Council of Andrews was all powerful.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
When was the first recorded instance of Andrew?
What year is it in your calendar?
Oh my god.
In the non-Andrew calendar, it is 2022.
So you're arguing that Andrew predates human history?
Well, it predates biblical history.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. Look, I think you guys would probably struggle to even embrace the concept of time on the Andrew scale.
Too powerful for the Gregorian calendar.
This is so boring.
Yeah, Greg. No one wants to be part of the Gregorian calendar. There's no Council of Gregs, you fucking idiot.
His first name Greg and his last name Orion. Oh yeah, I invented a calendar, guys.
No,
Orion. You've always got your head in the clouds.
He's not Greg Orion. Orion is, the kind, it's Greg-like, in the same way that the Andrew calendar is technically called the Andrewlian calendar.
Maybe. They say Andrew is a Greek name, which it's not, obviously, because Andrew's not Greek. It's from Andreas.
Anders is what I've heard.
No, they say Andreas, which is derived from honor, meaning man.
I do remember that.
And then it became...
look up where my name come from at some point.
But, I want to see when it becomes Andrew. When's Andrew the... What's the origin of Andrew? Because there's a fuck ton of versions. Andreas, Irish, Anders, Andres, Andre, Andrea, Andres, Andrzej. I don't know how to pronounce Polish stuff. There's a lot of Z's and J's, and it doesn't make sense that they should be next to each other.
Oh yeah, I probably should have clarified. The Council of Andrews is made out of one of each linguistic variation of the name Andrew.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
there is a Polish guy there that nobody likes.
Spectacular. Also on the podcast today, we have Ryan Holtz, who is going to explain how he reads the abbreviation OFC in messages, in texts.
No, yeah, I think also, first of all, I love that you now just give us, writing prompts to go off at the beginning of all these episodes. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I definitely read it as of course. My brain auto-corrects it to of course.
Right.
Instead of, lol, where I read it as lol and not laugh out loud. My brain fills in the remainder of the letters after C.
I noticed I have started doing a thing where I see that and I will read it as of fucking course.
I think that is actually what OFC means.
Oh, really?
I saw a whole thing recently about someone, always replying to things like OFC, even like in professional settings, and then being told by a coworker that it's become a problem because OFC actually means of fucking course.
That person's wrong.
Oh,
I'm
really?
literally looking at the Urban Dictionary, and there's not a single mention of fucking course. Never mind, I take it back. There's one, it's like the 5th definition, and it's very split, like, on whether, like, it has more dislikes than likes.
Oh.
And all the ones that just say it's of course are much more heavily liked.
So wouldn't the proper way of pronouncing it be then just of C, not OFC? Because OF is not an acronym. That's just a word.
Right.
So you're saying it should be OC for of course?
Yeah.
Either OC or call it of C. Of C. I don't know.
No, but like I've never said that abbreviation out loud as an abbreviation. I've always just, in my head, it becomes of course. Like I don't, I've seen that one and, what's it called? If I recall correctly, is that it?
IIRC, yeah.
Yeah, IIRC. Those ones I see in professional context all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't
I've
think
never
that's
seen that
wrong.
one. If
Really?
I recall correctly, I've never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I've been doing I've been doing the email thing of doing RE : instead of regarding.
Resident Evil :
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
That's just email culture, though, the RE. Like, that's
That's
just because literally they put it in the subject line when you respond to an email.
Mm. And then last but not least, I'm Lucas the Writer, and I have a question for you, my fellow podcast hosts.
Wait.
For you,
I feel
listeners.
like you need a prompt to go off.
For you, America.
Oh, wow.
People who are throwing around the term inflation nation in response to rising inflation rates and the general state of the economy, they know inflation's a pretty, like, medium popularity kink, right? Because
They
like
do
that's
not know that.
No,
throwing me
Lucas,
off.
come on. You
No.
are not.
It's pretty low kink. That is not a medium kink.
Okay, so of like the full spectrum of things that make people horny,
Yes.
I understand like let's say a quarter of that. Let's say a quarter of that is kink stuff. I feel like of
That's
that quarter.
hot. Wait, hold on.
Wait,
So,
what?
where's your draw? Where are you
So
drawing
the
kink?
definition of kink are just the things that you think are kinky. And
I'm
everything
saying
else is just
society
horny?
thinks are kinky. Yeah. Kind of.
No,
I don't know. Like, it's like light bondage or role play. Is that kink? If
I would
that's
say
kink,
yes.
then sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
then that's fair.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's, at this point, it's so mainstream that, like, does it become no longer kink? Like,
That's fair. And that is a concerning issue.
is missionary sex with your wife kinky? Like,
Oh my god, normcore. Fuck yeah. Just a snake eating its own tail.
it's come back around. Just like, no, missionary sex for the sole purpose of procreation is the highest kink.
Technically a breeding kink.
No, because it implies that you're only having sex
Yeah.
for children. There's no other purpose to have any sex at all.
Oh yeah, babe. I'm not getting any pleasure out of this at all. Oh, this doesn't feel good in the slightest.
There was a great article that like charted kinks, and they had both how popular they were and like they put them on the political spectrum chart. That's what it was.
Oh.
I gotta find that. It was a great study. You guys should definitely read it. They are on the political compass. That's what it is. Yeah. Did I find it? Yes, I found it. And they also have like how dark it is like how extreme and kind of more rare it is.
Okay.
Like vor is like not very,
Yeah,
I think inflation is probably in these.
That's wow.
No, I'm saying inflation and vor are probably like exactly the same in terms of popularity. Like neither one
they're
of
rare.
those is big.
Okay.
You know.
I don't see inflation on
Oh wow.
this chart.
Lucas,
So I'm gonna go ahead and again say that's not medium.
Okay,
if you think
fair.
inflation, the kink, is big enough where people should find a different word for the financial phenomenon of inflation, then I once again have to recommend that you broaden your social media horizons.
All I'm saying is that if you were to go to AO3 right now and type in Inflation Nation, there have got to be at least a couple of medium
Countries.
quality spicy fics about.
I was like, are this going to be countries slowly inflating?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just catchy. It's the same thing as pinch at the pump. People repeat it because they think it's catchy. Quiet quitting.
Okay, that
is
sounds like
apparently
a
the new one.
Oh God, don't get me started on
Yeah.
We're
that.
not-
Quiet
okay,
quitting
you know what?
took over.
We're not gonna move super quick. Pinch at the pump. That sounds like a sex thing. Also, just saying.
Sounds
Quiet
like everything's a sex thing.
Yeah, no,
Quiet quitting is a sex thing.
No. That's
when you
too.
fake an orgasm, right?
What does quiet quitting mean? Because
It doesn't mean
so-
anything.
Doing your job.
Yes.
It means
thought
doing your job. It means literally like doing your job so that you don't get fired. Instead of
but-
like doing your job because you just fucking love it. Like you just live every day to do
Instead
the
of like
greatest
hitting
job.
the grind set and going above and beyond just because that's what daddy hand of capitalism wants you to do, and just being like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get my shit done, and that's about it.
I am going to do a good job, get my work done, not get fired, come in the next day. Like, and they're like, no, it's quiet quitting because why are people not working harder?
Why
And
aren't
it's
they
like,
working
bro.
harder than what I'm paying them to do?
Yeah, no, it's like literally it has a linear relationship with pay. Like you pay more and promote people and they work harder. That's literally how this system works.
I saw
It's just shaming.
something. I mean, like the it's one of the big takes of like quiet quitting is going to be a disaster for our economy, and here's why it's going to be bad for your career in the long term. Like, yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Is that it's not quote unquote good for your career. You're not making moves to try to
you're not-
advance.
Exactly. You're not basing decisions on like the
How
need
good it
to
is for your
desperately
career.
advance
Yeah.
your career. You are balancing, literally balancing your work life and like how much do I want to put into this work bucket? Because if you put all of it, turns out you don't always get recognized for that. Like you don't always get promoted and treated well. So why would you?
You're never going to get back what you put into your job. Unless you have brainwashed yourself into, thinking that your personal worth is tied to what your title is.
Right. By definition of seizing the means of production, yeah, no, like there's always going to be a skim off the top from the ruling class that does not go to you, the worker. So, I see that you have discovered
Yes.
my political compass fetish thing that I put in the group chat. I put it in the group chat on our messaging because I wasn't sure if we were going to talk about it until afterwards. But I will say it's a doozy. There's some real good ones in here. And like the study goes into like why they think some of it is the way it is.
We don't have to go like too far
Sex
into it right
positions
now.
besides missionary
Yeah,
is
that's pretty left.
authoritarian economic left. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The most authoritarian economic right kink being race play
Is a dead giveaway.
yeah, that is accurate. That is
Yeah.
yep.
Group sex being far left. It's like literally just collectivism in action. Like we must seize the orgasms. We need more equal distribution of orgasms.
Buddha is libertarian.
Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah, that tracks. They talk about in advance about how some of the more extreme fetishes kind of fall towards the middle, and it's because like, people are weird. But yeah, like necrophilia, far right. Not as many far left. There's obviously one way down in the the libertarian left, the male submitting.
Also tracks.
Literal cuck
pegging.
Cuck play happening.
Okay, humiliation, kind of economic right. I guess that makes sense since there's some pay pig elements there. Latex being economic right, I'm surprised by.
Monsters
Well, you do need money for that
aliens.
Monsters / aliens. Wasn't that a movie?
Yeah.
They just watch Monsters vs. Aliens a lot. There is a big woman in that, if I recall.
Oh, that's right.
I can see. But yeah, no, some of them are funny. Some of like what they think is, anal sex being pretty much dead middle is fun. Like, just everyone's in on it, baby.
Okay. Also, to be clear, we were just reading off the one that was men specifically. When you're interviewing women,
women, it gets a little wild.
Fuda goes way left, way quickly.
Yeah. Scat play also really rises to the top of the authoritarian right when you look at women, which is good.
Oh my god, I'm bookmarking
Creepy
this.
crawlies is a good one. Creepy crawlies, like, I know what it is, but I don't want to think about it.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Spectacular. Fuck me. Okay, I'm getting off this.
Peruse at your own pleasure later.
I'm going to read
There's
this
a lot of
over
good
dinner
stuff in the
tonight.
article.
All right, and that will get us off of the introduction and into news of the week. Creator of Super Smash Bros. And Kirby's dad, Masahiro Sakurai, started a YouTube channel.
Whoa.
That's a weird thing for someone in their 50s to do. Good for him. Good for him picking up a new hobby later in life.
If Will Smith can do it, Kirby's dad can do it.
Oh. I will say I've seen a couple of his videos so far. I don't know if, like, they just have a Google Drive filled with, like, Super Smash Brothers assets that they're pulling from, but he is leaning heavily into that aesthetic for this, and it is weird. It is weird that this person would turn, this IP into a little bit of his own brand, and is allowed to do it because he is the creator of it.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, I feel like the auto copyright could still strike him down.
He talked about that. About that in the first video. He was like, so these videos are going to be uploaded in Japanese and in English. YouTube's not going to like that, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah. There's a lot of musicians that, like, start a YouTube channel, and then they
Oh, yeah.
play their own music on their own YouTube channel, and then their label copyright strikes their videos, and they're like, "No, it's us. We own this. You're just our label."
No, we can't copyright ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. This is weird. This is super weird. Sony increases the purchase cost of the PlayStation 5 in every region except for America by depends on the region, but it's anywhere between $20 to $50.
Is this the first time that's ever happened where
I think
consoles
so.
gone up? Like, they always just go down. Like, they're very carefully measured, the launch prices. Like, they sell them at a loss for like 3-ish years, knowing that they'll make up on software sales and on the back end of the console's life cycle. But, like, yeah, it's kind of wild. They miscalculated. Like, they fucked it up. And obviously, some pretty out of control inflation and everything like that. Like, and I would be curious to see if, when adjusted for inflation, if they're just straight up making an inflation adjustment. Yeah. Actually, no, because it's around 10%-ish, right? Like, inflation right now. So $500, $50 increase. That
is an
pretty much just an inflation adjustment. But, like, that's baked into any launch price. And it's funny that they're like, nah, we fucked it.
The PlayStation 5 is coming on 3 years old. This is when the price should be going down a little bit so Sony can offload the stock and then announce the upgraded version of the PlayStation 5, right? That's how this timetable is supposed to work.
there's still no stock. You still
Right.
go to stores right now and you can't just buy one. Like, you have to reserve it online, get it shipped to the store, and now they're releasing like bundles, and that's how they're trying to like move it in America. I saw they're doing a Horizon Forbidden West bundle that's like available on most major retailers right now. But yeah, you have to buy the bundle, so it is a way to get that extra $50 out of you. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's wild.
like I know a couple people that are like still on a waiting list. Like they can't get it anywhere. Yeah, no,
I don't know.
it's hard.
Can I just say it's like a good console, and like I don't even know what they would do with an upgraded version. Like,
Right.
it feels like it can comfortably run all the games in 4K. So why a 4K? Or why an upgraded version at this point? You know, like I guess, and of course they can't keep up with chips as it is. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
unleashing brand new hardware is going to make it even worse. Split the chips, but yeah.
Weird.
Has there been talk of an upgraded version?
I guess I'm just going off of like the
just
PlayStation 3 and
normal, yeah.
PlayStation 4 trend.
That was more than 2 years later. I mean, it's been about 2 years
No,
now,
but-
right?
We're almost 3.
Almost 3.
Really?
It's
I
like-
thought it was almost 2.
November 2019.
Oh, shit.
Pandemic console.
This still seems pretty new to me.
Or wait, was it November 2020? Is it only 2 years?
PlayStation.
I am pretty sure it was not 3 years ago.
12th November 2020.
Okay.
Oh, so it's only 2.
Thank God.
Okay.
It's only it's
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's been like
I'm
a
speaking
year
out
and a
of turn
half,
then.
almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
Still wild.
I'm still me. I still know who I am and where I am and when I am.
Who I
Yeah.
am once
It's a
again.
good time.
Ah. I fucking... Good luck getting one of those, and if you do get a PlayStation 5, I hope you don't get the model number that my roommate got, because that won't play discs anymore.
He can send it in whenever he wants.
Yeah,
and he
Yeah.
refuses to.
He
That's
just
fa-
needs
accurate.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yes!
They will fix it. And it'll
Take the
take
hit.
a couple of weeks maybe, but
I
Bill-
do wonder when his warranty voids. Like, he might
That's a
actually
concern.
have to. Yeah. It's time sensitive, I'm sure.
And with how often my roommate was playing Elden Ring, like...
Yeah, he lost
this-
his big game.
His main hobby, arguably.
There's no way it would take more than a couple weeks.
No. And even if it did, like, you're getting a year of PlayStation Plus for free out of that for the inconvenience or something. Like, yeah.
You know?
Nah.
There's one feature that I learned that fucking sucks about the PS5. There is no way to output game chat audio through your TV speakers. It comes
Oh.
out your controller if you don't have any sort of headset plugged in. And it's very low because the controller speaker is not designed to be loud. And it's like tinny and shitty. I was struggling with it for like over an hour while trying to play Rocket League with Ian and Angel.
That's
and
not
then I was
true.
Googling it. I'm telling you,
Because
a bunch of people are running the same problem.
I have a huge problem where I'll, move my controller around and unplug my headphones, like while I'm talking to people. And so like I'll be playing Madden with Ryan and I'll unplug my headphones from the controller and Ryan's voice is coming out of my TV.
I don't know. I couldn't get it to work. And when I Googled it, everyone was like, same issue. There's no way to do it. You go into the sound settings with the little speaker and you select your output device as TV and it doesn't do nothing. I don't know. But, yeah. PS5. What a console.
Pretty good.
Speaking of,
Great console. Games. Madden 23 kind of seems like an insult to John Madden.
it's ironic because his face is all over it.
You would think the Madden curse wouldn't manifest for a dead guy, but it kinda did. This is maybe tarnishing the memory of John Madden.
I didn't think it was all that bad.
I've
It's
seen
not
some-
that bad, but like, yeah, of course it's Madden. Like,
Yeah.
Madden sucks as a video game. We all agree,
Look,
including us
yeah.
that love it and play it a lot.
I think there have been some serious improvements to like the game itself and like some of the underlying like AI and functions and stuff like that in this version of Madden, the UI is terrible.
Oh.
Like the UI in this game is fucking bad. And Madden's UI was never good, but they overhauled it for 23 and it is really bad.
Well, so you guys both have a copy of the game.
Yep.
I did not realize that when I typed this in. Yep. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we've been playing it.
Yeah, we have a franchise.
We're about to play together. This week is our head-to-head.
I've seen a clip going around of a fumble happening in a game and everything breaking. The player characters, the NPCs, not knowing where the ball is, not knowing how to acknowledge that. Anything like that so far.
That's classic Madden.
Oh, okay.
That's not a Madden 23 thing.
Oh.
Sometimes like a fumble happens and all the players just kind of like run into each other for a while before someone eventually picks it up. And sometimes there's ones I've seen online where they continue forever.
Yeah. I've been seeing less of that in this version. I mean, the last Madden that I had was Madden 21, and it was really bad, where the ball would just get kicked around, or like the runner would get stuck in the middle of like 5 guys trying to tackle him, and they would just ping pong off each other. But yeah,
I've also seen clips going around of, well, that fumble shouldn't count. That was clearly a late hit. And I know the game has a mechanic where refs will just blow calls sometimes, but in the video I'm referencing,
not
it's
penalties.
so blatant that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the ref doesn't blow penalties. They blow like stepping out of bounds and stuff like that, so you can simulate like a challenge in real NFL.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't make a mistake on a penalty. But like they don't, the AI isn't good enough for some penalties, like pass interference. It literally, unless it had an animation, like the game is animation based still. Like they try to pretend that it's like physics driven and stuff like that, but it's not. Like it's all, when you throw a ball, they give you a certain animation of the wide receiver catching it and the defender defending it. Like and it's just, there's numbers, code behind it that decide which animation gets played.
The game knows like this is going to be a catch, and the DB is going to swat overhead and miss the ball, and then like push the guy out of bounds after he catches it, or some shit like that.
That's all decided, once the second that you throw the ball. And like it's shitty, but like it's kind of the best way to make a fluid gaming experience right now. Like, and so like when a defender runs into a receiver and causes the ball to like go flying, but it's like a collision that wasn't animation based, the refs have no way to call that a penalty. So like it's an obvious pass interference that led to an interception or something like that. But like that's just Madden. Like there's nothing that the game can do to recognize that happened. But sometimes there'll be like an animation where your guy will like grab the dude's arm and then the refs can call pass interference.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's shitty. It's not a good game, but it's a football game, and me and Andrew like making football teams, and I mean, it's a good time.
You heard it here on the Voluntary Viewing podcast first. Bring back NFL Blitz, but like modern and good.
Was NFL? No. Oh, Blitz the League.
No, I think the game was called NFL Blitz.
No, it was Blitz the League. Because the teams in Blitz were not NFL teams. They were made up.
Yeah. Oh, an extension of their NFL Blitz series.
There we go.
NFL Blitz was a 1997 arcade game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That became a series. Blitz the League was the one from like our childhood that we would remember.
I had a Nintendo 64 copy of the 1999 version of NFL Blitz that I recall playing with my dad one time.
Yeah, in 2012 there was a video game, NFL Blitz.
Mm-hmm. Now they just re-released the arcade version, but they couldn't get all the likenesses, so there are only like 80% of the characters in there. Yeah.
NFL Blitz was created by EA though.
Oh.
The most recent one after Midway closed in 2009.
Huh.
EA bought NFL Blitz.
That's weird. Oh, now EA is just the exclusive football game company. That's right. I remember this now.
Right.
Yeah.
People are begging 2K to get back in it, but they never will.
No. Not going up against that Goliath.
And now EA is making a college football game for next year for the first time in a decade.
Right.
It's they're going to pay players for their likenesses. So it's going to be like real college football people instead of just like wide receiver number 8 that happens to be the same height and weight as Juju Smith-Schuster or whatever.
Why fucking do it? Why ever even attempt it if you couldn't get the likenesses?
They did it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, because people liked playing college football, the video game, and the players couldn't get paid for their image or likeness in any capacity, so they didn't have to worry about it. They just had to pay the college.
People wanted the colleges. That's what you're in it for. You're in it for when in between the third and fourth quarter, like when you play as Wisconsin, all the fans are jumping around and shit like that. Like that's the thing about college football is the players cycle through so often.
You don't get as attached to college players as you are as the guy that's going to play in your favorite NFL team for 8 years is only going to play on your favorite college football team for 2, and you're only going to know who the fuck he is for 1.5.
Yeah, freshmen and sophomores, by and large, aren't going to play that much. And even if they do, they're leaving after their junior year. So really, you get a maximum of 3 years with these guys. And in reality, you're only going to remember them for 2 of those.
Yeah.
So it's a little, it was just whatever. It'll be interesting, though, with players' likenesses. But EA is going to make it a fucking cash grab.
What if they just have current NFL players, but like in their old college uniforms? Like
that's what they did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the final versions of college football, to try to spice it up, they added Ultimate Team, and there was a lot of old NFL players that they had the rights to in their college uniforms and stuff like that. So you could get a Tim Tebow card or you could get an RG3 card. Like the athlete on the cover of college football games had to be from last year because they didn't have the rights to, and now they have the rights because they entered the NFL.
Yeah.
So it would be after their good season, and then they would never play college football again, and they wouldn't be in the game that they're on the cover of. I don't know. And I mean, it was easy to just download a roster where someone just added all the names, but nowadays there's still people trying to keep it alive, and they create modern rosters, but the problem is it's been almost a decade and there's a lot of teams that have moved, and the college football playoffs started. That wasn't a thing back then, so it was difficult. But they actually spent time on the franchise, which is why it was fun and why I played an ungodly amount of hours of it.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I did not realize I was directing my criticisms at you specifically with the college football games, but okay, fair, valid.
Yeah, it's a great game.
I'm never going to have another segue to bring this up, but in today's Defector, Why Your Team Sucks, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they mock the Pittsburgh's first-round quarterback draft pick, Kenny Pickett, by saying that, boy, he really did become a decent passer after 5 years in college ball.
Yeah. Kenny
good
Pickett,
move, Steelers.
Kenny Pickett, rookie, first-year NFL player, is older than Jordan Love, third-year NFL player.
There's got to be someone crazy. Now that
who is the oldest drafted player?
Right, there's players that come. No, I know Brandon Whedon was the old. He was 28.
Okay, because
he played pro baseball for 4 years and then went back to college, and was straight up really, really old. No, who is the youngest drafted player from because there's people that enter the league at 21 and he's 25, right?
Juju Smith-Schuster was 20.
That's what I was about to say.
Got drafted.
Juju Smith-Schuster is 25 right now, born November 22nd. How old is Kenny Pickett? He's 24.
Is he? Oh, I thought he was 25.
Yeah. No, he turned 24 in June. So he's 24 in 2 months.
Okay.
So what about the draft after Juju? What year was he? I'll look into this. But I was trying to pick my quarterback for our dynasty, and I was I need someone young. and tall, but like that's irrelevant. And yeah, Kenny Pickett straight up wasn't even an option for me because I didn't get to his age. Like I wanted someone who was like 21, 22, or 23, so I didn't even get to the 24-year-olds. I was like, I need someone in this age range, and he's a rookie. Like he's never stepped foot on an NFL field before. Like, yeah.
Also, possibly the smallest hands in the NFL.
Yeah,
there's a lot. They always do that with quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, there's always one guy every year.
Small hands.
They're like, we've never seen a quarterback with small hands throw the football. I mean, of course, Kenny Pickett did it for 5 years in college.
And Joe Burrow was the one that they last used that for. He's like the face of the league right now. So, like amidst all this fucking craziness. Okay, I almost got one. Ooh. Tremaine Edmonds is entering his 4th season, and he's 1 month older than Kenny Pickett. But I gotta find someone younger. I think I can do this. I'll keep going.
You keep going, Ryan, because this next one is mostly an Andrew and me thing anyway. God help us, Hideo Kojima is starting another podcast.
Look, Lucas, you know I love you, man, but you have to understand I'm not listening to this podcast.
Good, because it's probably going to be bad.
But then why? Why? Why is it going to be bad? Is he bad at making podcasts? Then why is he doing another one?
Because Spotify, who has the exclusive streaming rights, is giving him a lot of money, and it's already leaning into some Spotify bullshit. I listened to the preview, and it's already leaning into some rise and grind bullshit.
Maybe Hideo Kojima is like a rise and grind guy.
God, Hideo Kojima is going to end up on the Joe Rogan podcast before I die, isn't he?
Can you imagine?
That.
Hideo Kojima, he's going to sit where Aaron Rodgers once sat.
So, like, how dare you stood where he once stood?
So, like, the whales are, like, symbolic, right? But they're also whales, right, Hideo Kojima?
I do not speak English. He just doesn't know a fucking word that Joe Rogan is saying. He just keeps going.
Joe Rogan still find a way to make that podcast 3 hours long and plug, I don't know, fucking creatine like 8 times.
See, Norman Reedus in this game, he's jacked.
Yeah.
It's the apocalypse, and he's jacked. You know that he's not just eating, like, tons and tons of natural protein. That dude's gotta be on creatine. It's the only thing that makes sense. Brian, look that up. There's nothing in the game that suggests that Norman Reedus is on creatine. Brian, shut the fuck up.
We don't know what's in those Monsters cans. That's a fictional version of Monster. That should be a lot of creatine in there.
I have it, by the way.
Okay.
James Daniels was drafted in 2018. He is a guard currently for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is entering his 5th season, and he is younger than Kenny Pickett.
Ooh.
James Daniels was drafted as a 20-year-old. He literally played 2 full seasons for the Chicago Bears, had a season-ending injury in his 3rd season, came back to play a full 17-game 4th season, and then signed a 3-year, $26 million deal to go to the Steelers for his 5th season. And this man is younger than the Steelers' new rookie quarterback.
What the fuck is that organization?
And that they drafted in the 1st round.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, Brandon Weeden was also drafted in the 1st round, and I believe he was 28 when he was drafted.
Who drafted him?
The Browns.
Of course.
No, say no more.
You know that. You know this.
All right, that's about it for gaming news. I know this one is a little more quarantine casty, but yeah, you know what? Big deal. Big deal that's relevant, so we should probably talk about it. Joe Biden, or possibly Dark Brandon, has announced that the Fed will cancel 10 to 12 grand of student loan debt for qualifying individuals.
Joe Byron.
Joe
He
Byron.
did it again. Jumpin' Joe.
I do like the Dark Brandon memes that, always pop up on Fox News that do just make Joe Biden look really cool.
They're doing PR for him.
Yeah. No, they're doing image rehab for liberals that fucking hate him. Like,
yeah.
Who was the guy? Fucking Ben Shapiro posting the YouTube thumbnail of Joe Biden with a money Gatling gun.
Yeah, he's always
Like that.
wearing sunglasses and is smiling, and they I don't know, they tone him up so his skin looks better.
yeah, he doesn't look like a fucking ghoul. Doesn't look like a young girl sniffing ghoul who is just the most fucking neo-lib nothing burger of a politician ever.
This is the evil man that will destroy us, and it's just a cool old man with a money gun. Yeah.
I mean, it really does show, it lets you inside their headspace a little bit. That is what scares them. A friendly dude helping people. Tells you a lot.
It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild that it's really tit for tat, but boy, Joe Biden enacts broadly popular policy, and suddenly I like him a lot more. I know Joe Biden.
Yeah.
It's still the Bo Burnham song, How is the Best Case Scenario,
Right.
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
But now he's doing some stuff.
That
and
was
it's
his fucking
okay.
campaign promise.
Yeah.
Let us not forget. It's the same shit with Trump, where he started building the wall and liberals freaked the fuck out. They're like, what's he doing building the wall? It's like,
So he was gonna do that.
he got elected. What? He literally has a mandate to do that. It would be bad if he didn't. When Joe Biden runs on forgiving student loans, it would be a bad thing if he then didn't forgive student loans after being elected president.
Right.
That's what the country wants. That's how our system is supposed to work. And I get it. You think that I don't know, we're above that, but no, that's the design of our system is you elect someone that says they're going to do a thing, and then they better fucking do that thing, whether it's what you perceive to be good or bad. They're being bad if they don't do the thing they said they were going to do.
Joe Biden didn't say, if you elect me for president, I'm going to forgive student loan debt and solve the climate crisis and, make housing more affordable and, make sure that queer people are protected. If Joe Manchin lets me, look, we're going to have to work a couple of things out. We'll get to some of those if we have time. Yeah. We'll see, what
it's
the calendar can fit in.
It's a triage situation here, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to have to prioritize. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's fucking so dumb. I love the Marjorie Taylor Greene getting dunked on by the White House Twitter account.
They did that to a dozen people.
You don't like loans? How about that? Or you don't like loan forgiveness? How about that $180K that you got forgiven in PPP loans? Is that, you don't like that? Or do you like that? I'm confused. Just you got such an easy, it's a layup with a lot of these people. They're literally no, not for poor people. But poor people can't get their loans forgiven. That's
my loans aren't forgiven, how else am I going to trickle that money down to them?
That's exactly how easy of a layup it is. It's so easy that not even Democrats can fuck it up.
Right. No, 100%. Yeah. When centrist Democrats are dunking on you, you have fucked up. These are the most socially illiterate, can't dunk on anyone if they tried types of people. They make their living off of being milquetoast and inoffensive. So when you're getting dunked on by them, nah, fam. You're in the wrong. You gotta hold this L.
They tweeted that dunk and then immediately had a deviled egg as a treat.
Yeah. Good job.
It's not just about being in the wrong. They should be so embarrassed. It'd be if the scrawny shitty kid at school that gets made fun of all the time comes and lays a sick burn on you.
Right.
that makes you look so bad.
Yeah, no.
You can't show your face in school for the next week.
when your boys start roasting you because that motherfucker just absolutely torched you and you have no response. Like, there's nothing you can say. Like, you're just dead to rights. Yeah. No, it's rough. It's rough out here.
I mean, as for the policy itself, I know $10,000 or possibly 20 if you got a Pell Grant. I understand that is a drop in the bucket for a lot of people who went to graduate school, but man, I don't know. Like, a lot of the people I'm talking to, a lot of the people who have been comfortable to share, who've been comfortable with sharing their student loan situation with me personally, that's kind of a life-changing amount of money, or at the very least, like my life in my 20s changing amount of money. So, yeah.
The issue is also the limitation of federal loans. A lot of the people that get up into the crazy
it's not because
figures,
they have
right.
Yeah, those aren't federal loans. Those are private loans, and there's nothing that Biden can do short of like paying their federal their non-federal like their private loans. Like, it's not loan forgiveness at that point. It's literally paying private lenders for that debt. Yeah, like the vast majority of people, that's going to be almost all of their federal student loan debt. Like, that's
and
that's getting towards the maximum that you can take out in federal loans.
There's also some changes to like how the income-based loan payments are going to work that should improve things. And then also like they're creating more categories of like different kinds of people that literally won't have to make monthly payments. Like their loan is technically still owed, but they won't have to make a monthly payment. It's not like they'll get penalized for that. And then they're also shortening the period of time it takes to reach the point where your loans are just forgotten about.
Right.
So, like, in theory, it'll create more people that don't have to pay their loans, or at least are going to have to pay very small amounts of their loans, which is good. And hopefully it's a thing that, like, this is a policy that's going to be, like, moving forward. This isn't just, like, a one-time thing for the people that already have loans. So, we'll see.
I love the, like, oh, he's just trying to buy votes. And it's like, if by buy votes you mean improve the quality of life of his voting base, like, what? So when Trump, like, fucking proposes massive tax cuts for the ultra-wealthy, that's not literally buying votes? Like, you're allowed to do that. That's politics. Like, Republicans are classic at that, where they do the dirtiest, like, most underhanded politics, like, or politique, like, bullshit, and then turn around and, like, cry foul when, like, a much more mild, watered down version of that happens. Like, Trump begged to sign the stimulus checks because he thought it could buy him votes, even though he had nothing to do with them. Like, it was all Congress. But meanwhile, like, yeah, we institute student loan forgiveness, which, again, Joe Biden campaigned on. And it's just fucking like, wow, this is unprecedented. I can't believe that this is so illegal. They need to strike this down in the courts, blah, 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 blah. Like,
or when leftists were like, hey, so police are generally regarded as being racist pieces of shit and will beat the shit out of people that bring that attention to light in public. Maybe we should not give them the kind of money they're getting. And Republicans are like, oh, you're trying to kill our police officers. You're going to lead to more violence in the streets. You're evil for even suggesting this. And then the FBI is like, yeah, so Trump stole, like, nuclear documents. We need to get them back. And like, it's open season on federal agents, boys. Shoot them on sight.
Yeah, that relationship is so tenuous. Because, yeah, the second that cops are mobilized to start fucking repossessing assault weapons, it's not gonna fucking go well with the same types of people that are like, no, our cops are very important, and I back the blue, and all that. Like, if you tried to take an assault rifle from a leftist, yeah, it's not gonna go well, but, like, at least the leftist is consistent about it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
At least they're like, fuck the police. When you go like, I back the badge, brother, I'm gonna help you out, and then
it's okay, cool.
I'm
Help
gonna
me
murder
out by
you if
giving
you
me
try to
that
come in.
assault rifle of yours.
Yeah. I'm just doing my job. I don't want to take this gun from you, but I will lose my job and my kids will starve if I don't. Blah, 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 blah. Like, you're fucking getting gunned down in the streets, homie. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe this is bogus, but I did see a thing going around on Twitter that kind of relates to this, of someone very clearly in the alt-right musing that, yeah, the problem with right campaigns is that they're based mostly on sketchy sources and disinformation, while leftist campaigns are rooted in verifiable sources and logic, and that makes it a lot easier for that to be propaganda. And, like, not realizing, yeah, you're just describing that this stuff is bad because it's bogus, because it's not real, it's nonsense.
Yeah. It's the source, I made it up.
Yeah. There's a great episode of Behind the Bastards where they talk about Alex Jones and his comeuppance in his most recent lawsuit, and just playing some golden clips of, like, Alex Jones and his team, and, like, when they're finally pressed on, like, where their sources come from and stuff, and, like, the investigator is so like chef's kiss perfect, where they're just like, so Alex, you talked about this story where fucking Bloomberg sent out an email 12 hours before the Parkland shooting, saying, like, hey guys, big shit's going down in the next 24 hours, get ready to donate and stuff like that. And he's like, and I, as a passive observer, assumed that, like, you were blowing something out of proportion and it was just an awkward coincidence that this fundraising email was sent out right before it. Turns out there's nothing, there was just no email, Alex. Like, there is no email. Like, he's like, I asked you to produce the email. You said you couldn't find it. And he's like, what do you have to say? And he's just like, we're reporting. We're just, are you asking me, like, to look in my personal inbox? Like, I don't have the email. And it's just like, you reported it. It's so great. They get pressed. And the thing is like, in the case, the judge used a lot of summary judgment, which is basically like, the case is so fucking lopsided that they don't need to waste the court's time, and they can just give one side the win. Like, that doesn't happen very often. Like, and it was used multiple times because it was just so fucking cut and dry and obvious, the shit that went down. Like, it's perfect. It's a golden episode, and to listen to these fucking asshats struggle with it, oh man.
I understand with how our judicial system is set up, this judge cannot be interviewed until they retire, and maybe not even after then, but to be presiding over what they have to know could be a historic case that influences how a lot of these conservative figureheads are treated as they are inevitably brought to court. And just, yeah, being put in a position where there's no way to, like, even, seem unbiased, kind of, because that's how lopsided it is. That is how kangaroo this court is becoming, because he is so obviously guilty.
They fucked up their whole defense, too. Like, for months, he was sending people on behalf of the LLC that he used instead of himself. These people literally didn't know what they were doing. Like, they didn't know that they were going to a deposition. They were asked to bring materials and told in advance the topics they'd be talking about. And they just straight up, like... And it seemed genuine. It doesn't seem like an actual strategy because, again, summary judgment is at risk if they don't present a good defense. They just straight up were like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's a moment with this one woman who was, like, I think a VP or something in the production company. And they were like, hey, do you watch this video where they talk about how this one parent is a crisis actor and all this stuff like that? And she's like, no, I haven't. And they're like, we specifically said this is what you would be questioned on today. Did you watch it? She's like, no. And they're like, okay, so we're moving on. And then they took a bathroom break and they came back and they referenced, like, the video and said, but you haven't seen it. And she's like, I have actually seen the video. And they start getting into that because they're like, you just said you didn't. And she's like, no, I have. I'm familiar. And they're like, so hold on. Between the last time you were asked this question and now, did you watch the video? And she's like, yes, that's what we took a break. You went on your phone and watch the video. And she's like, yeah. And oh, shit, we're going to miss it. But the punchline's coming. 1 second. We got to switch. Because the punchline's amazing. So basically, yeah, they have her dead to rights. They're like, you watch this video during our 10-minute recess or whatever the fuck. And they're like, how long is this video? And she's like, it's lengthy. Like, and they're like, so you didn't watch the video then, unless you have a time machine. Like, we had a 10-minute break. This is an hour-and-a-half long video. Like, so what you're saying is you skimmed the video during our 10-minute break, like, because you realized that you were unprepared for this deposition. And she's like, I have no comment. And the whole time the lawyer's just weakly going like, objection form, like just like trying to like get it struck somehow, even though it's just so obviously lopsided and fucked. I don't know, man. It was satisfying. I don't even remember how I got on it, but it's a classic episode. Oh. Please listen. Behind the Bastards, good podcast.
Huh.
But listen to that after listening to our podcast, of course.
Obviously, get your priorities straight.
Yes.
And our priority is to now head into the meme corner. This has been a little bit of a meme, a mini meme, on my Twitter feed at least. If blank came out in 2017, which is, not 2017, 2007, fuck me. If blank came out in 2007, which is 100% just an excuse for people to make AMVs with Linkin Parks in the end, and I enjoy it.
I swear I've seen something like this before, though. Like, did this really just come up? I swear to God, I remember people, like, cutting that specific song over, like, dramatic moments. I don't know. It is good. It is a great cut, that's for sure. There's a lot of classics. Just anytime there's, like, a major reveal, just put in the end the opening. Yeah.
Which I'd like to put this out into the universe. Creators, directors, writers. There's nothing stopping you from doing this now. You can pay for those rights. I imagine they're fairly reasonable. Linkin Park does not seem like they play hardball over this stuff. They know their place in the culture.
It's a meme, though. It's shitty. It's not good. It's not good filmmaking.
Put that in your AAA high-budget movie that has hundreds of people working very hard on it. Just Linkin Park's in the end as a joke.
All I'm saying, are you telling me it would not whip if in whatever bullshit Star Wars thing comes out next, the second the protagonist lights up the lightsaber for the first time and Linkin Park's in the end cues up, that wouldn't be fire. The movie theater would not erupt.
It's for reveals. It's for, like, twists where it's like, it's all over, baby, but someone won who you didn't expect to. Like, it's, I don't know. It's not for, like, dramatic. It's for, like, I don't know. The meme is that it's shit and that 2007 had bad taste. So to just put it in your movie unironically.
I don't know. I think there's an air of authenticity to it. There's a kernel of, but this would actually be sick, though, in these memes. At least that's what I choose to believe.
I think it's 2007 me would have thought this is rad. That's the kernel. That's the kernel. Now me realizes that we're bad. That's our version of, like, fucking 80s hair, where we're like, ooh, looking back on it, we whiffed. We whiffed pretty hard there.
Who are people making movies for? Who are creators making movies for, if not themselves, but at the age of 12, which is how old I was in 2007?
No, it was 2007 tastes. The culture was different, man. Obama hadn't been elected yet. Like, George W. Bush was in the White House. Like, we can't go back. Taste was bad, and we should feel bad. We were kids, so we're kind of immune, but, like, we did unironically like that type of shit. So we were part of the demo.
I want to go back. I want GameStop to be a trip to Candyland again, and not people selling fucking Lucy Joy-Cons used.
Lucy.
They were.
Oh,
they
Andrew.
Really did. You missed a good game. What was it? It was GameStop fucking fancy. They had a post title. It wasn't a regular GameStop. No. I gotta remember. It was like GameStop something Express or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a mood. That was... Fuck. That was the most game...
Oh, sorry. It was GameStop Planet X.
I've never heard of that.
It was the most modern GameStop out there. This is meme stock at GameStop right here.
Oh.
Yeah. If you want to buy only a left Joy-Con for a Nintendo Switch, they got you, fam.
If you want to buy Monopoly but My Hero Academia, this GameStop has you for some reason.
If you want to buy cups with Mario characters on them, not shot glasses.
No.
Cups, full-blown glass cups. At a pretty reasonable price.
To be fair.
Yeah, for a full-size cup, those aren't bad. For I think it was like 4 full-size drinking glasses for like $3.50 a piece. That's actually pretty decent.
If you're 19 and moving into your first college apartment, this is gonna do ya. This is gonna do it for you.
Just a dab will do ya.
Yeah.
And it turns out they're not dishwasher safe, and
they're totally
explode.
warped. And
yeah.
Oh,
these are glass, Andrew. These are fucking legit
they were
glass.
pint
These
glasses.
are not plastic cups.
Yeah.
I'm talking straight up glass drinking cups. Look, I feel like we're diving into this too far. But I was shocked. They were legitimately not too expensive.
All right.
I know where Ryan's heading when the podcast is done.
I was there, and I did not pull the trigger.
Ugh. My Elden Ringless roommate was eyeing it up. He was considering. This is taking us into the breakouts now. I'm playing a really good adventure game called 999 by Kotaro Ushikoshi, and I'm checking it out because he came out as marginally progressive on Twitter recently. Not for this game, but for a more recent game he had published. He got on Twitter saying, hey, everyone, usually don't like to comment on how people should interpret my work, but just wanted to clarify, this character, they're non-binary. Please use they, them pronouns for this character. And then Chud got into the comments and said something like, well, technically, because they're a robot, the terminology should be sexless. And then Kotaro Ushikoshi responded with something to the effect of, hey, man, you're coming across as a little aggressive right now. Why don't you take a big step back and literally fuck your own face? And then just went into this dude. It was great. So I bought his first game for, I think, like pennies on Steam. And having a good time with it. It's a horror survival game. So the current reference point for a lot of people for this is Squid Game. It's like Squid Game, but if the games were more escape room, then if you lose, you die. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I got 2 endings so far. Both of them bad endings. I think that's how the game is supposed to work, though. And I'm just progressing through different story routes until I get the good one. And yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It originally came out in 2007. And while there isn't anything blatantly offensive in this game, there are some very like 2007-isms in this character writing, in these character designs that you just don't see anymore. One of the characters, one of the women, just her tits are so far out that you should be able to see her nipples with how anatomy works, but you don't, and that's a little... What's going on here? What's going on? But yeah, 999. Very much recommend it. If you want to get that Squid Game itch scratched, this is the game to do it. Andrew,
okay,
you found out this weekend that people will make coins to commemorate the release of coins.
So I got to take you back through a story and tell this whole tale. Okay. So my father, excuse me, recently visited my grandmother in Florida, and while he was there, she always sends like junk back with him, random, like, oh, I found this and it reminded me of you, or reminded me of Andrew, or something like that, and you should take it home and it should be yours. And like, oh, okay, Mom. And he brings it back, and it's a box with a couple of coins in it. most of them are just like the gold Sacagawea $1 coins, like, okay. And then one of them was a very tiny, like, I'm talking like the size of a match head coin.
Okay.
Looked gold, and it was encased in like a larger circular plastic case, and then like within that case it was in like a piece of cardboard, whatever, and it had some writing on it that had been smudged. But she's like, I don't know what this is, but the case means that it's been uncirculated, and it was your grandfather's, and someone gave it to him because it was minted the year he was born. And I don't know if it was like given to him, like given to his parents when he was born or whatever, but like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's worth $20, something like that. And so like I get out a big magnifying glass and I start looking at it, and this little gold coin is very detailed. Like on one side it has a Native American in a headdress, on the other side it has an eagle. It's got the whole E pluribus unum, the year 1933. That was the year my grandfather was born. Stars and shit. And I start looking this thing up, and it says $10 on the bottom. And between like 1907 and 1933, what I found out was that there were these $10 gold coins that looked like this exactly. And in 1933, they stopped minting them because the Great Depression hit, and Roosevelt had everyone turn in all of their gold coins and melt them down to make gold bars to try to get the U.S. through the Depression. So there are very few of these coins left, regardless. And there's only a couple dozen of the 1933 coins, and they're the most valuable. And the last one that was sold for almost $900,000. So at this point, I was like, oh, fuck. So we go through this whole process of like, I'm not an expert. I don't know how to verify a coin. I'm trying to find things of like, are there like markings I can find that indicate that this isn't real? Like, are there like stamp marks that that are only there on the real ones, or some shit like that. And every single thing I can find makes it look like this coin is legitimate. So I tell my parents, like, this is yours. You need to put it in your safe. Don't tell anyone about it. Go to a coin dealer and have them mail it to whoever their coin verification company is, because that's a thing. I had to look that shit up. I'm like, give it to them, get a receipt, send it to them, and they'll tell you if it's real or not, because I don't know enough about it. But if it's real, you can retire, Mom. Like, that kind of thing. Like, it's worth a lot of money.
I'd just like to imagine you over the phone with your mom saying, Ma, don't go to one of those back alley coin dealers hanging behind the high school trying to get kids hooked on nickels, commemorative nickels. Take it to a good coin dealer. This could be legit, Ma. This could be the big break.
You're pushing weight now. But until I'm on my way home, and like still, like, none of it ever sat right with me. Like, this thing has to be fucking fake. There's no way that we have one of 40 of the most valuable coins in the United States. And, like, nothing I could find would show that this coin wasn't legitimate until I found a picture of a guy holding it, and I see it's the size of a goddamn quarter. Because all the pictures say, like, significantly enlarged, shit like that. It's the size of a quarter. It's a regular coin-sized coin. It's not this tiny little fucking coin. I thought it was super small because it was like $10 worth of gold in 1933 or whatever the fuck. Like $10 back then was more than $10 now. I thought that was just like $10 worth of the weight of gold. And no, It was a regular ass coin. And this is just something that somebody made to commemorate that coin, but in a smaller version, because they thought it was cool. And I found a guy online that did these back in like the 50s. And then and it didn't have the certificate that came with it that was like, you're a legitimate fake coin.
So I'm walking this all the way back someone got your
grandfather this tiny ass coin because
which
it
was
had
a
his birth year on
commemoration
it.
of a different, more valuable coin with a more interesting place in U.S. history to commemorate his birth.
Yeah.
That was a bad gift.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound great.
She gave it to my dad because she thought that he gave it to my grandfather at some point, and my dad's like, I didn't fucking give him this.
No.
I don't know who this is. It was like
shitty ass gift.
It was like, maybe it was my shitty fucking brother. If this thing's worth any money, I'm not telling him.
If that thing was worth $900,000, do you think he could keep it from his brother? That seems impressive. Hey, Ma, so it turns out, that coin you gave me, completely worthless. Yep, total sham.
He did call her. And
don't mind the fact that we
are putting a new wing on the house, though.
Yeah.
You want to move in here? You want to get up here?
He did call her when we first were starting to get into this, oh, what the fuck is going on? Is this thing real? He called her. And he's like, do you know where you got this? Do you know where Dad got this? Yeah, shit like that. And she's like, no, not really. He's like, okay. But you gave it to me, right? It's now my property. He was joking, because then he did tell her, yeah, it might be worth a lot of money, so I'll keep you up to date. But yeah, he was like, this is mine, right? This is mine. And she's like, yeah, I gave it to you. And then I'm like, well, hold on, Grandma. You said you were trying to find me a gift for the wedding. I didn't ever told you, but I'm a big fan of collectible coins.
It's mine. It's my birthday. I wants it. The precious.
Ryan, what have you been checking out?
I finished all The Rehearsal on HBO.
Oh, what'd you think? I'd love your read.
It's a fucking unbelievably unique TV show. Very good for most of it. I don't think it stuck the landing. I think it left a lot to be desired with the ending. But holy shit. Nathan Fielder is unparalleled at his shtick. No one can even come close to the fucking champ when it comes to Nathan Fielder-esque highlights, much as other people try.
So I've seen a lot of conversation on the internet about how maybe the show is mean-spirited. Maybe it's on a level making fun of the adults who are agreeing to be on it without them maybe realizing or being able to realize that on some level they're the butt of a joke. Do you feel like that criticism is valid?
They address it in the show.
Oh.
They do talk about there's one scene where he's doing a rehearsal. He does rehearsals all throughout the show, by the way. He engages with actors with to get ready for engaging with the subjects of the show. So there's actors playing the subjects that he's talking to, and in one of the rehearsals, one of the actors playing the subjects brings up what am I, just some sort of joke? Is that it? Is this comedy? I'm the funny one? I think that maybe that's just me, I've always read it as Nathan Fielder is the joke.
Yeah.
Him existing
right
is the joke. It's never really the subjects, because they're just regular people, and Nathan Fielder's so fucking weird, beyond the pale weird. I don't know, man. I don't see it.
That's fair. And
if they're the joke, it's because they're fucking joke worthy.
Yes.
The one of the main subjects, if not the main subject, is the most hyper religious crazy lady you'll ever meet. Yeah. So it's kind of I don't know, if it's a joke, it's not an intentional joke on the part of the showrunners. It's because we're so oh, whoa, that person's crazy. Damn.
Fuck.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
Great show though. Really worth a watch. Only 6 episodes. Quick go. Unbelievably unique. We'll never watch another show like it.
Does it tee up season 2, or is that going to be its own thing?
No.
Oh.
It really doesn't. I don't know where they're going to go.
Okay.
The read I was talking about with my coworker who also watched the show. My read of the show is it got away from him a little bit.
What?
the first episode is just straight up rehearsal. Like, he is helping someone rehearse for revealing to his trivia team that he doesn't have a master's degree. Like, straight up rehearsal, all cut and dry. The second episode, he's trying to help a woman prepare for having a kid and raising a child. And then, like, the third episode, they introduce this other guy who he's also helping in addition to the woman who's trying to raise a child. But he kind of, like, fizzles out. And then all of a sudden, it's all about the raising the child thing for the rest of the season, pretty much. So I think it just kind of, like... I think he ran into a lot of dead ends with some of these other rehearsals and then found this one to be, like, the actual interesting one and just rolled with it.
All right.
But, yeah. I don't know. It's worth a watch. Everyone should see it.
Very cool. My last breakout is that I responded to an email from my office building about a free pizza party, and that somehow transformed into me going to a Wet Leg concert earlier today. Pretty good time.
How's the pizza?
Pizza, not great. Pizza, mediocre.
Had a feeling.
To be fair, went with a local independent pizza place. I respect that. I respect my building helping local businesses. But, yeah, no, not great pizza. Pretty good band. Check out Wet Leg. They have one album out. I don't know how you fucking support musicians in the year 2022. I don't know if the album is available for purchase even, and even if it was, it's all available for free on Spotify and YouTube, and yeah, I don't know how you directly support musicians anymore in a streaming economy, but yeah, good band, great interview. They're from the Isle of Wight, which is a very rural, not even England, kind of, just doing its own thing. Yeah. Want to shout out another one in the group chat. What We Do in the Shadows, quickly. Ryan and I watched 2 episodes back to back. 2 pretty good episodes. Second one, very good. Getting Nick Kroll in the mix is great, and proving that actor is phenomenal in small doses.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably what did it.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking about after the episode. I was like, first appearance, funny, great overall plot, loved it.
Yep.
Second appearance, kind of grated on me, wasn't as good. And yeah, it's because he was in the whole episode.
Right.
Third appearance, fucking gold. Like, we're right back. You got me right back to where you wanted me. I loved it. And it's, yeah, he shows up at the end and it's a twist. And it's like, oh shit, I did not see that coming. That's amazing. So.
Yeah, loved it. Andrew, though, what do you got to talk about?
Well, do we have time to talk about this? I know some of us have a hard out in a little bit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
give it a shot.
I got nothing but time.
I finished watching Severance, finally. Look, there's a lot of episodes. There's 9 whole episodes.
Yes.
Took me a long time to watch it. Wow.
What a feeling, huh?
Yeah. Definitely the highest ranked, highest rated show that I've seen so far this year on the little list that I'm keeping. But yeah, just an oppressive atmosphere. Like, not really like a sad show or anything like that, but like it feels heavy as you watch it just because it's so good at this like metaphorical representation of business today, and like the architecture that they use, the set designs, the way that fucking Mr. Milchek acts.
The way he runs.
Yeah,
holy shit, when he started running.
When he's running and the camera is kind of tilting, I was like, oh, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
He's like whipping his wrists
He's
with
a
every
Terminator.
stride. Yeah.
He's a business Terminator.
Oh.
Yeah, no, what a finale. So many reveals. I was always waiting for that shoe to drop with Helly. Like, who is she? Because there was a throwaway line when they showed her getting severed. They're like, wow, when we heard we were getting you, we didn't believe it. Okay, so who is she? She's someone important, but...
Wait, you don't...
No. I mean, like in the beginning of the show. Yes. So I kept waiting.
Okay.
Like, who the fuck is she? And then they're like,
got it.
Miss Egan, this way, please. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
The reveal, like, 2 episodes earlier where he, like, puts the picture of his wife back together and it's Miss Casey. Mm-hmm. Fuck me, man.
Yeah. No, it's some shit, man.
We can track over the course of this podcast the conversation of, wait, so it's like Adam Scott's boss severed when she's in there? Okay, no, so like, oh, is she just like fucking with him? Is she just like having a good time? And then the creepier solution of, oh, wait, no, she's kind of into him. She has a weird voyeuristic thing going on, and that's not great, and I hate it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the theory. It's Miss Casey's the fucking key to all this. I'm telling you, his wife is the key. She is not. She's not a person. I mean, she's not a human.
Okay,
that's an AI.
That's fair.
I'm gonna die on this hill.
Ryan, I brought this up to you privately, but now we can talk about it on the pod. I am convinced that the work they're doing is not actual work. The numbers do not mean anything. This is just a test by the company to see how far we can push people who are severed. Like, what is the most mundane work that we can convince them is meaningful and elicit emotional reactions from them with this work? How far can we condition? How far can we Pavlov these people?
This is like a world domination kind of
I'm
thing.
so completely on the other side. They're doing some shit.
They're like programming artificial intelligence or something. That's
they're definitely
the groups of numbers that make them feel a certain way. They're using that to create.
And I would agree with you if it was bullshit, but it's not bullshit. It's been proven over and over that they all see the same numbers as belonging in certain categories. Like, if it was, like, just some, like, made-up bullshit that, like, Dylan thinks he's really good at, but, like, it turns out to be completely meaningless, that's one thing. But that's not what happened.
So, I don't think that Miss Casey is an AI. I think that they have her, like, kept in stasis or some shit. Because of what Milchek said, of, like, it's good, they don't remember each other. I think Casey is Mark's wife from the outside that they've, like, kidnapped and they're doing experiments on or whatever. And maybe the numbers that they're making aren't really like to make an AI, but it's more of like a mind control kind of thing. Like, how do we make people feel a certain way on purpose? How do we control them? That kind of shit.
I think she's an AI, and I think that Milchek doesn't understand the full scope, and what's her name, Kobel, does. And that's why she's obsessed with Mark, is because Kobel wants them to, like, recognize each other and fall in love again, because that means they're there,
Yeah.
They've done it. They've succeeded. And when they just keep not quite, like, they keep having these near misses, she's like, oh, shit, and then it doesn't work. So it's like, nope, never mind. Because, like, they keep these coworkers, they stagger their exits and everything like that, so they don't run into each other in the real world. Because in theory, that could be the breakthrough, right? Where the severed thing doesn't really work the way it was supposed to. So, like, when the severed thing breaks, that means they did it. And that's why Kobel's, like, fucking bated breath, like, come on, you guys, fucking, oh, wake up, you got this. And they keep
I think she was like that because she was trying to prove that, that PD had reintegrated, that the chips could be beaten. I think that she was trying to, like, prove herself right, that they're not perfect, that she was right, and that they should, like, listen to her or something like that.
It could be. And yeah, I imagine that's what the reintegration process is like. It's just, like, fucking showing them images of their real family and everything, like trying to, like, get them going and activate that part of their brain that's been kind of severed. So
some little stuff I really liked. Bert and Christopher Walken having a relationship. That was really
I think
weird.
Bert was Christopher Walken.
No, not
Bert was Christopher
Irv.
It's
Irving.
Yeah.
Irving, yes.
Irving and Bert.
Who
was Christopher Walken's character.
Bert and Irving.
Them having a relationship. That was sweet. That was cool. That was a little weird, but also I can't think of the last time I saw, like, an older gay couple falling in love in a TV show. So that's great. That's got to be representation for somebody. The severed woman being pregnant and just that fucking like body horror that's built into that fucking got me. The implications of that fucking got me.
That she just exists as a woman that's about to give birth, or
yes,
something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the entire pregnancy. I don't know, but like in my mind, it's like just for the giving birth process, and she's just like, oh, I'm in labor, I'm giving birth, fuck, this sucks, and then closes her eyes and wakes up, and it's, hey, you're gonna give birth in 10 hours. Yeah, no, it's awful.
I mean, how many times have you, like, I always do this shit with essays, I remember, where I just, like, imagine what it'd be like to just be on the other side of this fucking annoying obstacle. Like, they get to do that. The rich people, by torturing another version of themselves.
Yeah, but they don't care.
They get to, any, like, obstacle in their life that, or something that they don't want to suffer through, like, snap your fingers, and then you're on the other side, like, as if nothing happened.
Super fucked up.
Yeah.
No, it's something.
I mean, they might have a version where, like, when they get to the airport, it turns on, so that they don't have to deal with sitting on an airplane. Yeah.
My life is being pregnant and waiting in TSA lines. That's it. But yeah, I don't think the show would be nearly as successful if it were just a really good horror premise and a really good commentary on capitalism and workplace culture in the world today. Because there's some funny shit in here. There's some funny shit in here that I really like. Severed Irv just instinctually knowing how to drive and being just flabbergasted with what he was doing.
He's like, oh, this is a car.
Really great.
What the fuck? I know what this is, but I've never seen one.
He even knew what to do at a flashing red light. I have to, like, consciously remember, like, wait, okay, this isn't a yield, this is a stop and go. Because, like, that's how infrequently I run into it. But he handled it like a champ, and that was great.
So, what's Irv's story? Like, what's going on there? Is he some sort of, like, anti-Lumen agent? It seems like he's been doing some shit.
Sounds like he's in the Navy. So potentially a soldier of some sort.
Right.
And they've talked about it treating PTSD. So it could have been like an early subject for Severance. And like, we know that he's been to the elevator with the red light. Like, he keeps painting that. So he's been like reset at some point. We know that can happen. And that's probably going to be season 2. Is they're all going to get reset. I don't know.
What if
it's gonna get interesting?
What if he got severed as like a gay conversion therapy kind of thing?
That'd be good commentary.
Could be, but then I feel like Milchek and Kobel would have pushed a little harder against him and Bert.
Yeah, maybe
getting together.
The paintings of the different teams eating each other.
Yeah.
As anti-union propaganda was really good.
Yeah. Anti-collectivism right there.
Oh, fuck. All right, we are now past our hard out. Thank you all so much for listening to episode 195 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, which will almost certainly be titled Immediately Has a Deviled Egg. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for highlight clips. ActBlue link in the description if you want to help some great progressive causes. Send us an email or business opportunity, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. I might have said that twice. Fuck it. Support us either on Patreon, join the likes of Tiffany Cole, Sensual Richard Nixon, and Sucky Badger, or support us on Anchor. Follow us on Twitter at V2_podcast, or follow me at Lucas Drider on Twitter to keep up with all of my writing. Monday's down, everyone. Good luck getting through the rest of the week.